Oh, there we are.
Contre nous de la tyrannie. Our sympathies to the people of France.
Because I'm playing their song, too.
Well, yes, we've added insult to injury here with our particular rendition of the Marseillaise, but our heart was in the right
Our
place.
hearts are in the absolute right place.
Yeah, well,
Poor France.
got a clogged artery, though, probably.
Anyway,
She said your heart is in the right place.
Oh.
ladies and
artery,
gentlemen,
really?
it is now time for the fun show here at Big TV. This is the November 16th edition of the fun show. I was almost ready for summer to start, and I peeked over the horizon, and there was Thanksgiving. So I don't.
It's amazing that Thanksgiving is almost here.
Yes, I'm.
What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
He's eating turkey.
I'm going to my daughter's house and carve the turkey.
And carve the
Excellent.
turkey.
But you don't have to
Yes.
cook.
Do you
just
carve
have to
it?
carve.
I'm a carver. I'm the carver.
Okay.
Have knife will travel.
Oh.
I have given a good carving knife to everyone in my family.
Good.
So that I don't have to use a dull, bad knife to carve a turkey.
All right, so they invite you.
I invested a good carving knife
Well,
for
how
everybody.
do you decide who gets what when you're carving? The people say, I want a wing?
we don't do that anymore. I do, in fact, carve it and put it on a platter, and they select from a platter.
That's what my son
Yep,
does.
that's the way to do
But
it.
in my
She's here.
Long Island Russian Jewish family, they would carve everything and put it in a platter in the kitchen and bring it out, and you never saw a bone, you know. And I mean, they'd even carve the meat off the legs and stuff like that. And it was like, hey, this turkey came from the deli. I mean, I don't know what. And
You
eventually,
missed seeing the bone. You wanted to see the bone.
eventually, it became time for me to host Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So I had like 27 of my Jewish in-laws at the thing, and I carved the bird at the table, and I said, I'm having a traditional Thanksgiving, and you just roll with it, folks. You'll be set.
They rolled with it.
They did. As a matter of fact, they talked about it for quite a while thereafter.
Funny.
A turkey came to stay on Thanksgiving Day.
Is that the
Yes,
song
and
you were
he-
playing?
And he stayed and stayed and stayed, and then we threw the rest away.
That's the line. Yeah.
That's the way to do
Okay.
it. Anyway, the maestro of the piano sitting at the karaoke board,
Who plays with two thumbs? Okay.
two thumbs on his
That's-
left hand. Yes.
Left hand. Okay.
I think you pulled
Is
it off.
Michael Salin.
See.
The Kira, after whom the keyboard is affectionately named, is Kira Miner, sitting right here in the middle. And I'm Arch O'Reilly, and this is the Fun Show.
But it isn't funny in France. Okay.
No, it's not
Not
funny
at
in
all.
France.
It's heartbreaking.
I have this observation that maybe I should hold for a few weeks or something.
Okay,
but
hold it.
Yeah, maybe it's a little too
It'll
fresh.
be Thanksgiving by then. It's all right.
it's, an event like this happens,
yeah.
and all of a sudden it takes over at least all of broadcast television,
It
right?
seems like it.
And they talk and talk and talk with having very little information and getting very little new information. And if you sat there for 4 or 5 hours, by the fourth hour, they had effectively contradicted everything they reported in the first hour. And they didn't know anything more for sure.
Yep.
And the things that they reported as speculation, as they keep repeating them, even in their own minds, they
Became
convert
fact.
to fact
Yep.
with no new information coming in.
There was one thing that nobody discussed much.
Yes.
Here they are in that big auditorium with an American band putting on a concert. Wait a minute.
A band nobody heard of, but that's right.
Yeah, okay. The
hardcore metal.
blank place. Okay.
Yes.
And these two guys come in with machine guns and grenades, and they go to work on killing everybody and shooting everybody, and it goes on and on and on. My question is, why don't the reporters talk about that? Why didn't anybody intervene, throw in a smoke grenade or something to stop these guys from this massacre? They didn't do anything. They stayed outside until they got a big number. They were afraid, evidently, that they would end up being shot also. But I thought they had all kinds of equipment.
Well, I mean, they did eventually rush the place and rush the people. And
But that
You
was
think they
after
took-
that.
you think it took
after
too
they
long.
killed 129 people.
but the terrorists
They blew
had
themselves.
unfortunately planned on that.
Yeah.
Because they were all wearing suicide vests, which were intended to be blown up when the police came at them. But the problem is we have created a situation in which we have handed them victory. We do a lot of gum beating and talking about standing up and fighting back and etc.
20 bombs.
But what's every Republican and one Democrat governor in the United States doing? Hey, don't allow any Syrians in the United
That's
States.
right.
In other words,
15
they're handing
governors.
them victory on a platter, and they're saying, congratulations, ISIS, you win, you're successful, you're smarter than we are, you're more dedicated than we are. And then everybody goes on the Sunday news programs and says, the administration hasn't handled the ISIS threat right. We need to do more. We got to be stronger. We got to stand up. The president's a wuss. And then the commentators say to them, well, would you support sending more special forces to Syria? Oh, God, no.
Wait a minute. How do you
Hypocrisy
feel
after
about the
hypocrisy.
refugees? 15 states, they say no, they don't want the refugees to come.
I'm appalled, but I've always been appalled with the way our country handles immigration and issues like that. The fact that a few states did it means that other states feel like it's okay without doing more internal checking. It's disappointing.
And unfortunately, it kind of shocked me that one of the first states to say no Syrians was Michigan, of all things.
Right.
Didn't
Yeah.
surprise me. And Texas, Alabama, Louisiana, they didn't
There was
surprise me. But Michigan?
It was a little shocking.
okay.
I was surprised it was the first one as
What
well.
about those
that stands
camps
out
that
to me.
we had people during World War II? Have they still got those
Internment camps?
Yeah.
I don't think-
They can put thousands
You're
of
going
people.
to bring the refugees in and put them in internment camps.
Well,
I'm not opposed to that, though.
I'm glad you support what you fought for.
Donald
but
Trump would
still,
love this, and you know it.
Yeah, he'd make them huge camps. I'm going to big old big walls around them.
Okay.
I know how to build. I can build a wall.
Okay, now something important. Leaf blowers.
Leaf boys, it's the noise you object to, huh?
I don't care, but they're voting on it. The people
In
are not-
Brookline?
Yeah.
It sounds like a Brookline
I
problem.
thought we already had a bylaw on the maximum
We do, but
decibels
they
of-
refuse to.
Yeah.
They're bringing it up again. Evidently, I
It's
saw
'cause
it
they're
in
not
the newspaper
enforcing
in a
it.
tab.
They must not be enforcing it.
You know, they tried the electric one, which is noisier than the gas.
I have
one.
a suggestion, Mike. Let's take up a collection and buy the complainers earplugs.
There you go.
I don't. It doesn't sound bad to me. Of course, I was in a 4-engine bomber all those years. I could hear so much noise.
Right,
I can't hear this
with,
thing.
with walls that were like 3/8 of an inch thick.
Okay, all right. Okay, you got
There's
it.
a wonderful cartoon here.
Yes.
It's a wonderful cartoon.
Okay.
I want you to represent this cartoon to the people.
All right, I'm holding it up, but you're
Okay.
you're gonna present it.
If you hold it up, can we get one of those cameras to zoom on this?
Probably
Just
not.
for the heck. Anyway, it shows Donald Trump rendered as the Grinch.
Yeah, he
and
is
it
it.
says the Grinch who stole the election, and then it says once he's president, he'll grow a heart 3 times its present size, which we can only hope and pray.
Yes.
And I'm not sure 3 times would be sufficient.
I don't think so, but I think that is a great depiction of Donald Trump
Yeah.
looking like the Grinch.
The Grinch,
That
and it's
picture
very
is
easy to make him
fabulous.
look like the Grinch.
Yep.
Anyway, I have a public service offering here for a
You
minute.
do?
I have in my hand. I sound like
Did you wash your hands?
I sound like
Okay.
Senator. What was his name? Who? You know, I have a list
Brown?
of. I have a list of 100 communists in
Oh,
the State
McCarthy.
Department.
Joe
I sound like
McCarthy.
Joe McCarthy, but I have here in my hand a list of the 25 worst charities in the United States.
Oh, I wanted to look at that list.
And I'm only going to read.
Is this subversive to read all
No,
this?
I'm going to
He's
read.
not gonna read 'em all.
I'm going to
Way too
read.
long.
I'm going to
10?
read the top 15 worst charities in the United States.
Okay.
And you have to listen carefully because bad charities tend to name themselves in a name that you can confuse with good charities.
Oh, okay.
course.
Disreputable wants to sound like reputable. But not one of these charities comes close to reaching 10% of their collection going to what it's for.
10% only.
That's the highest.
Wow.
That's the highest. One of them, actually, none of the money they collect ever went to
went
it.
to
Went
charity.
to anything. The Kids Wish Network in
Is that
Florida.
number 1 or 15?
That's the worst charity in America.
Kids Wish.
Kids Wish Network out of Florida.
Does anybody get their wish?
They raised
I don't think so, based on this.
$138 million, and
138.
they only spent 2.5% of it for kids. The Cancer Fund of America, 1%. The Children's Wish Foundation International. Now, see, this is the thing.
They're
it's not the
different.
Make-A-Wish Foundation.
No.
That's a great charity. It's the Children's Wish Foundation, 10.6. That's the highest on the whole list. Firefighters Charitable Foundation, International Union of Police Associations, AFL-CIO, they came up at 0.5%. Half. They raised $66 million and they gave 50 of it to their fundraisers. Breast Cancer Relief Foundation, American Association of State Troopers, National Veterans Service Fund, Children's Cancer Fund of America, Children's Cancer Recovery Foundation. They managed to actually spend 0.7% on things. Project Cure, Committee for Missing Children, Youth Development Fund, Association for Firefighters and Paramedics.
Okay, I mean, you covered 10 already.
I'm at 15. This is 15.
Last one.
Women to Women Cancer Foundation. Who
How did they
raised,
get away with this?
Who raised $19.4 million and spent
They're supposed to.
0.3%
So you have
to
this
help
list,
people.
right?
I have this
Okay,
list.
so you have this list. This means that the people who, govern this type of thing have this list.
Yes.
What can be done about something like this?
Well,
Don't
it probably
give.
would take quite a bit of legislation to do it because it's a. The laws are unfortunately very easy to get around.
Yeah. Does that tell where the home offices of these things?
Several of them. I mean, the wonderful Project Cure is out of Bradenton, Florida.
Oh, boy.
I just read 15. I think 5 of them are in Florida.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's warm in the winter there.
That's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, that makes sense.
All right. What about President Obama and legacy?
His legacy?
Yeah, they always say, oh, it's his legacy, or that's the reason he's doing this, and this is the reason he's doing that. What do they mean by that? What do you think they mean by that? These journalists and writers.
I mean, normally it means what are you going to be remembered for?
Very
And
good.
Okay.
they probably use it in an attempt to leverage him in the direction that they want him to go.
Sounds like usual.
Do you
Yeah.
think there'll be an Obama library?
Absolutely.
Okay.
There'll be monuments. There'll be all
There's
kinds
a
of things.
W library.
See, it doesn't take
You
much
don't
to get a
have
library.
to do much to get a
Yeah.
library. You know the old
Which is why I said
comedian,
absolutely.
I never got a dinner.
I never got a
I
dinner.
never got a dinner. Even he got a library. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Big TV Unrehearsed Thespian Society's presentation for this evening, having been skimmed off close to the surface of the wonderful vault.
I have a flashlight I have in there now.
Ooh, it's
That
getting
allows
deep.
you to choose better than the old pick 'em in the dark
but I haven't
one. Right?
dusted any of them off. That's the problem. I
Okay.
can see the dust, but I can't see what's underneath it. That's the
All right,
problem.
ladies and gentlemen, the name of this show is
okay.
Altruistic.
Yay! Okay, don't ask why. All right.
All right,
Right.
action.
I like people. Really?
After all this time,
I really do.
Swell, but how do you know?
It's a feeling inside me.
It's all right. She's kidding.
Oh, everybody likes people.
Hey, this is serious.
You know it's true.
Yeah, it's true. How do you explain all the layoffs?
Tough economic times, but kindness is there.
Is
Okay.
that innate?
Don't get academic on us.
Republicans and Democrats are nice.
And then there's Donald Trump.
Unbelievable and so pragmatic.
Well, Christians and Jews are just fine.
You can't prove that by old von Braun, who is so filled with hate. And you're supposed
Even his son didn't like him.
Yeah.
We're not going to stop and explain that. Just let it go on.
But he drove himself to the Spy Museum.
Yeah, actually, it's the Holocaust Museum.
No,
He
it's
did.
the Spy Museum.
Okay, all
There'll
right.
be a short break while we iron this out.
All right. And then he double parked in the front of the museum.
Well, he wanted to make a quick getaway.
Yeah.
Didn't leave the motor running, though.
Hey, you left out Muslims, Buddhists, and Hindus.
They're nice, too.
Very nice. What about atheists and pacifists?
Pro-lifers and pro-choicers.
Trump.
Donald Trump is probably both of them.
Republicans are people too, right?
Well, what Mel Brooks had in mind, anyways, laugh it up.
So you'll accept everybody, right?
Certainly, announce your viewpoint,
Only that I'm human also.
But there can be exceptions.
Sure, old Facebook, Craigslist, Google, Twitter,
Crooks, embezzlers, streetwalkers, Kardashians.
former Governor Spitzer, ex-Senator John Edwards, Governor Sanford,
Yes, I know.
Forgive, forget,
and
or
get even.
Cut it out and give me a break.
Brace yourself, guys.
It's about trust, and I'm frankly helpless.
You do realize you started this, right?
What do you want from us, anyways?
Okay, I admit I'm responsible.
Okay, but the whole thing's stupid.
What's so terrible?
You're not listening.
You find this intimidating somehow?
I don't like flag burners
Well, you are a vet.
and a patriot.
But not some ultra conservative talk show host.
Free speech with radio commercials, my favorite.
I'm not hurting or insulting anyone.
No, she's trying to do a little good.
And no gender stuff either.
It's about life.
Whose?
Those with a religious bent.
Lots who agree.
Well, I'm not a judge, lawyer, witness, or jury member.
I guess that's why I like buffets.
You can pick and choose.
She's got a big appetite anyway.
Some dish may not taste right.
Try something else.
Plainly, you're full of baloney.
Tofu is better.
Oh, wow. Never mentions romance or affection.
What's love got to do with it? Got to do with it? Got to do with it?
Movies are so full of violence, sex, and bad language.
I think cats and dogs are great pets, though.
What, not wild ones?
Everyone should be entitled to health care.
Especially Ben Carson. Dr. Ben Carson.
Okay, now what?
There could be public and private insurance.
Yeah, even animals need health care.
Too cynical.
Civilization is becoming global.
And Reagan helped defeat Soviet Marxism.
So it's capitalism versus socialism again?
Well, there's too much radicalism from both sides.
And arrogance.
And saber rattling?
Everybody can build a bomb now.
Sounds dysfunctional to me.
And then there's AA and Al-Anon and aiding addicts.
The world keeps getting better and better.
Very slowly.
And then there's hedge funds, derivatives, credit swaps, Ponzi schemes.
Our economy is like schools with classroom meltdowns.
You're losing me.
Oh, it happens often.
Is there a graceful end to all this?
Well, President Obama's made a good start.
Maybe he's got too many irons in the fire.
Plenty burning before he took over.
It's like a traveling road show.
Yeah, with different companies at every stop.
Some are better than others.
Different people.
But the script is being followed, more or less.
The audiences and the critics are not in tune.
Some shows take longer to gel than others.
So we make a few changes here and there, all the time getting tougher.
Hoping for the best.
But the name calling doesn't stop.
in a political attack ads.
And
That's
still,
what,
some folks don't get it.
yeah, because they don't want to.
No, like raising or lowering taxes.
But we do keep improving.
Just living is a tough enough game to play.
Yeah, in Iraq, Afghanistan, even Haiti.
But together we'll get her done.
That's right. With more jobs and fewer foreclosures.
So, anyways, what's for supper and where?
Right.
Blackout. Okay.
You know,
All right,
your
that was
non
it.
sequiturs, I figure it made it easy for me just to make some stuff up because no one knows where we're
Did
going
I
with it
stop and
anyway.
argue
No, well, you
about it?
did. You did because you were like, it's the Holocaust Museum.
Oh, that.
See?
Well, I like that. Yeah, they keep sending me letters to send money to Holocaust Museum.
Do they?
Yeah. But I'm going to send it to the Science Museum.
You in a spy museum?
No, the Spy Museum.
No,
Like the spy,
you know, you have
okay.
to do your good
The
Jewish
Spy
duty.
Museum was very
Yeah, that's a,
fun.
It was so much
it's
fun.
now 7 or 8 years old, so it's not quite as hot.
Okay.
But the interesting thing about it is there's actually another museum out. It's in what is it, McLean, Virginia?
Yeah.
CIA
That's
headquarters.
That's where my son Bruce lives.
That's not
McLean.
all that well known, but they actually have a. What was the German code machine? Enigma. They actually have an Enigma machine that they let you sit down and type at.
Wow.
Like texting.
Do I remember that?
Yeah.
Can't remember. I don't know if I remember that.
The Enigma machine?
Yeah, it must have been there.
No, this is at the one at the CIA.
Okay. All right.
It's what they don't have at the Spy Museum.
Gotcha.
They have the James Bond car there, but they
Okay.
don't.
You know,
they don't have it.
even though I haven't been hearing those things that blow leaves, and everywhere I look, there's leaves.
Those things that blow leaves. I believe
leaf
leaf
blowers?
blowers. I think it's a leaf blower.
Oh, it's a leaf blower.
Leaf blower.
I haven't heard any either, but if I look at the park and the street in front of our house, I know why I haven't heard any. There clearly haven't been any
They
around.
haven't been.
you know.
Nobody's out there. They're waiting. What are they waiting for? Snow?
No, we believe in mulch.
Oh, mulch.
That's how I would
good.
do it.
Okay.
They figure if we're going to have another snow thing, we want our plantings well mulched.
Yep. We killed our grass last year.
Bernie took off and gave Hillary a hard time about her connections with Wall Street,
Yep.
and she said.
Something smart and clever.
Well, she did. She said. The initial bombing at Twin Towers that took place not far from Wall Street. All of that, and she was a new senator from New York, and she was down there, and she helped get the thing straightened away, and money, and all the rest
In
of
other
it.
words, it was a non sequitur.
Anyway,
She had it.
yeah,
So it appealed
anyway.
to Mike. It
Yeah,
was a
I like
non-sequitur.
that. Yeah, I kind of like that.
She had an answer.
Yeah, she had a good
She
answer.
had a really good answer.
Yeah.
Well, you know you guys don't watch Family Guy because this is not your generation, but there was a campaign between two people, and one of the characters just kept yelling 9/11, and the audience would just clap and clap, and then the other person would try to argue a meaningful point, and then they went back to the other guy, and she went 9/11, and the audience just went clap. So it's it's used
What's
to
the-
stir the public up.
What the
when
Republicans
when
want
you say that.
is to holler Benghazi a lot.
Is that what they want?
Yes, and the problem with Benghazi
I'm listening.
is that yes, the staff at the Benghazi asked for more security
Right.
in advance of 9/11. And the thing they never mentioned was that so did 612 other consulates and embassies around the world. And it was best summed up the day after it when somebody with some smarts said, yeah, the people were saying, you knew it was 9/11, why didn't you protect Benghazi and send troops? And the answer was, it was 9/11 everywhere.
Oh, but there's something.
You know,
Yeah.
There was
There's something-
9/11 in every one of those 612 places that wanted more.
But the Congress voted against giving money for just what we're talking about.
They cut State Department
Yeah.
security budgets.
So there wasn't any money to send troops there or
No,
planes
but
or
in their opinion,
helicopters.
you should have known it was going to be Benghazi, and you should have spent all the paltry funds we'd given you to protect Benghazi. It is so ridiculous. Anyway, they had to
We have 5
evacuate
minutes,
4
don't we?
buildings that are.
5.
Five?
Five.
Oh, we got time?
Yeah, we got some
We had
time.
to evacuate 4 buildings at our alma mater today.
Yeah.
I heard about this.
Yes. And they kept us out of the stadium on Saturday for an extra half hour while
Double-checking
the
everything.
University and Boston police did a security sweep of everything.
Okay, maybe that's why Harvard lost.
Yeah, right.
Too much
Right.
going on.
They found our secret ingredients
Oh,
and did away with them.
Harvard lost, but Brady came through with the bacon. Yeah, he won.
He did.
Yeah.
And
With
which
the
was very
bacon, huh?
funny because it was very much, for a minute there, it looked very much the same because Harvard got the ball back in time to have one last drive and win the game. And the very first pass he threw was intercepted. When the Patriots got the ball back for one last chance, the first pass Brady threw was intercepted, except they ruled the guy didn't make the catch. And so we got the chance to win the game.
Okay.
And I think Roger Goodell may have gone out and slit his wrists. They let
You
those
love
people,
that guy.
They let them.
Oh, heart attack. Okay, let's
Okay,
bloody.
what do I call him?
Okay.
What do you call him?
Yes,
Well, I'm sure it's not nice.
I have a variation on his name. Roger, go to hell.
Oh, yes.
I'm
glad I couldn't quite remember that in that moment.
Reliever. They got a reliever by the Red Sox.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
That's their big accusation.
Yeah.
Accusation.
Acquisition.
Acquisition.
Okay.
Aqua
One of those
something.
aqua words.
Aqua something.
And this
Aqua.
fella Chester, who's a big wheel in the Department of Education in Massachusetts, was talking about the tests called PARC and MCAS.
Fark.
Park.
PARC.
With a P.
Watch your language.
What? I don't know. I'm
Park.
not getting it.
PARCC.
Park. Like
Like park school.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
Parking
park
lot,
school. Like park
parking.
school misspelled. Yes.
Misspelled.
There you
Okay.
go.
Okay.
And it's a tougher test than the MCAS test. But he says he will merge the two of them.
Now, what is that? Is that the federal one?
They're both feds. Both.
No, MCAS is mass.
Well, they're both of them have math and English in them and
No,
reading.
MCAS is mass produced.
Oh, maths?
Massachusetts
Oh.
produced. Play.
I did it on purpose.
Is it? I thought we have more time. It's like
Come on,
2.5
come on,
minutes.
Wait
Come
a
on,
minute.
come on,
I'm looking
Irene.
at her. All right, well, we'll sing our song and then yap for a few minutes after. Let's not mess it up this time.
Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene.
It's not
Irene, good night.
Irene, good night.
We'll see you in our dreams.
Have a nice trip, Bruce, back to Virginia.
Who's that?
What?
Bruce.
Oh, Bruce.
He's
Bruce going back to Virginia. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
This is the fun show on Big TV. We have brought you this.
Wait a
Do we
minute.
have
We have
another
more
show
time.
before Thanksgiving?
Do we have another show for Thanksgiving?
Do we have another show
Yeah, we have
before
another.
Thanksgiving?
Yes, next
Let's
Monday.
see. That'll be the
20th or something.
23rd.
20
And
something
then,
around
then
that.
I'm
Which
going
is
to bring in
close.
some kind of a bird, which I'll put on the
You
table
will, huh?
here.
I
Yes.
think you should dye a domestic turkey a bright neon color. That's what you
this
need
is
to
going
do.
to be a smoked turkey that has been fried in
Okay.
advance.
If Harvard
Really?
had won the game, we'd bring in a turkey dyed crimson, right?
Okay.
And we'd be all
With
set on
cranberry
things.
sauce on the side.
That's how you dye it, with cranberry sauce.
Oh,
Right.
Take care of
And
that.
this is what happens when we have extra time.
Are we still going?
Anyway,
Oh, we are still
as I was
going.
saying,
This is
'Cause
super.
you-
good night,
sung
everybody, from
prematurely.
the Fun Show.
Wait a minute. Maybe they're making a commercial out of this for us.
What?
Infinity and Comcast might be.